Hi everyone, my name is Jessica McGrail and I'm excited to work with you guys in Technology 800. So just a little bit about me. I'm a wife. I've been married for 3.5 years and I'm a recent mother. I have an 18-month-old child. His name is Maddox. He is full of energy and keeps us on our toes at all times. I'm a friend and also a coworker. Some background history about my educational background. I have a undergrad in elementary education from K-State, and I have my master's in special education. My emphasis is on functional education, so students that are very impacted by their disability is what my emphasis was. I am a board certified behavior analyst, and that leads me to my current position. I am a behavior support teacher for early childhood in Shawnee Mission School District. That includes me coming to support teachers that are having children having a hard time accessing their curriculum due to their behavior. I complete functional behavior assessments and I write behavior intervention plans for students. My previous experience prior to being a behavior support teacher was self-contained autism. So I had class sizes from 5 to 7 and kids from kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade. And these students were very impacted by their autism to the point that they had speech output devices. They spent very little time with their classmates. We would do reverse inclusion where we'd have students come and work with us in our classrooms. So you can kind of see how it's very different from a typical classroom. But I did want to diversify my background, so I taught 4th grade for a year when I was living in Columbia, Missouri. My future, I really would like to be a special education coordinator, and that is truly my passion, is being able to help serve those children and make sure that they're getting their needs met within a school district. So that's going to be really important to me looking forward. Just by the diversity of my background, I feel like I could be a really great addition to a special education district level team. So a reflection, so the impact on technology is getting students, I think it's so important to get students prepared for the digital world. Anywhere you go in our world now, there is technology put in place, whether it's through the chip reader that you put your credit card in, or ordering food online, or when you go to McDonald's, you order on a screen now. We really need to make sure that we're preparing them for that because all of our jobs include that too. So we need to prepare them. Differentiation for all students. I feel like technology really allows us to meet the needs of all students and really differentiate to their level, whether that's high or low. I also think that technology increases our engagement level, which improves student achievement. We know that the more that students are engaged in their learning, the higher the more learning that is happening. Implications for technology can be too much screen time. We've heard so many different stories of how children can get addicted to technology, so we really need to make sure that it's not a replacement for instruction, but it's an addition, a supplement to add on to our instruction. It also can have not enough working face-to-face time with peers and problem solving. So we also know that technology can lead to some social interaction issues because we just don't learn ever how to talk through our problems, and we still need to make sure that we're preparing them for that piece. And of course, the cost to implement modern devices within the school systems can be very difficult, especially for districts that do not have a lot of extra income and are just barely meeting the students' needs currently. Some innovative ideas that can come from technology. So virtual field trips. So lower income school districts can also start doing virtual field trips where they don't necessarily have to leave the classroom. They don't have to pay for busing, they don't have to pay for admission, etc. They can just do a virtual field trip. And I think that's amazing because you could end up working with peers across the globe, which I never got to do when I was growing up. So I feel like that's just truly amazing, all the possibilities that are able to happen. So current levels of use, I feel very fluent using devices, especially to meet individual needs of learners. Just because I'm a special education teacher, my background is in that, I feel like I am really good at individualizing for the student. So for students with anxiety, I've done some video conferencing for the students. So if they have social anxiety, they can come to a separate location, or even if they need to be at home, they can just video conference into the classroom. They hear the teacher. We have a control that moves with the teacher, and they can still have all the conversations. They can raise their hand virtually. It is truly amazing. For some of our students that have a hard time staying on certain apps that their teacher asks them, I know how to lock students in. I know how to set timers to shut down their devices. I know how to monitor apps to check for appropriate use. And I like to use devices for visuals for students. So if they need reminders to raise their hand, or they need to reminders of what the steps are for an assignment breakdown, I've used them for that. And more specifically, I've used student devices for just a mode of communication for students as a voice output. This is their speech. This is their language. That is their voice. So I've used that. And I'm very fluent in Google Drive because I am always a part of a team. I have to be very fluent at sharing documents and keeping updated with everyone. Areas of improvement in class-wide technology. I feel like I could really improve on educational supplements to instruction. So really making sure that when it comes to the academic piece, that I am well versed in how I can supplement what is happening already in the classroom. And one thing that's important to me to learn more about is internet safety instruction. I feel that more and more there's scary things that come up within using apps and backdoors. And so I just really want to make sure that I'm educating the staff and students that I work with about the appropriate internet safety. Improvement. My plan of improvement is to reach out to other educators that are having success, find research-based webinars, trainings, or technologies in the classroom for the classroom and internet safety, and practice these new skills and ideas. So I feel like the most important thing for me is to reach out to others and find ways that are already available to me through online webinars. There's so many free things that you can find out there that I feel that I can check out and take in as a person that doesn't have a lot of time. And when I find it, I want to be able to do it on my own time. Impact. So it'll improve student outcomes for sure. Absolutely. If we teach students how to use a basic foundational skill, they can build upon that and add things that you never thought possible. So I feel like if we can build a foundation for them, the sky's the limit. I would like to improve my diversity in technology. I think that I'm very well versed in individualization, but thinking about some of those more academic pieces and how to supplement those, I feel like would be really important. And the impact also is the cost. Always the cost, but the buying the device, getting the training, receiving the maintenance training is truly important and can be difficult for some districts to provide. And that is the conclusion of my introductory video. I can't wait to get to know all of you and see what you bring to our class.